Well, hey, looky here. We're back with Chapter 3 of Truckin with Grandpa Coyote. No, what do you mean Chapter 3? Christ, I'm getting ahead of myself. Chapter 2. I got it. It's 2. You know? Peace, love, and take them glasses off. Oh, they're so ugly. Hey, I gotta tell you guys, I love you, each and every one, like you're my own heart and soul. You know, I'd give anything for you. I love everything about you. And there's nothing wrong with you at all. You know? We might feel pretty dark and ugly at times, no matter how beautiful we appear. But babies, we're in this together. And we rock. And there's not many that can roll with the human experience. Babies, you're brave. You're saints. We, myself included, we're saints. Each and every one of us. Because we can persevere through this shit for how many years we do it. Because each of us chooses our own time out. You know? We might have all these near misses and brushes with death, as you do in trucking, when you're airborne, going across the I-80, eastbound in the westbound lanes diagonally at 30 feet AGL. It's above ground level for you retards. Sorry. No offense intended. You know, not everybody knows what it means. Shoot. Who the hell am I? The high and mighty King Coyote coming down off his cross and saying, Jesus Christ, Mother Mary is the boss. And it is so true. So true. And someday you're going to know all about that, but I'm not going to reveal the story to you right now because I'm way too fucked up to do that, you know. And the Divine Masters, while they will tune in to me when I'm screwed up, they ain't going to let me tell any stories like that. They're afraid the end result would be disastrous, and I kind of agree with them, you know. We have to take things with a sense of humor and do what we can with what we can, when we can, and how we can. In other words, you know, admit it, we're limited here in the human dimension. You know, we can be as enlightened as Christ and Muhammad and Buddha and Gandhi and all the rest of them put together ever were. We can be that enlightened and still be very, very, very fucking human. And fucking means loving. So very, very, very loving human, but still human as all get out. Which means frailties and misunderstandings and misconceptions and, you know, violence and war if you misunderstand too much. Oh, what a hunk of bullshit. What have we been given here, you know? But a whole different sense of reality than what really is. You know? I've done these 3 million miles of really intense driving of 18-wheel motor machines going down America's highways, and not always interstates. You know, when I first started out, I was just a punk-ass kid, didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground, and couldn't find the hole in the ground to prove it. I mean, geez, I didn't know nothing. And I'm driving down this hill one day, and I know I've told you about this, so I'm not going to lay it on you too hard. But I'm driving down this hill one day, and, you know, I hit the old brake pedal, and it goes to the fucking floor. And what am I doing? I got 5 fucking miles of 6+% grades and some hairy ass curves, especially the one at the bottom, to get my ass down with no brakes. Gulp. I'm a dead and goner. But it's my drama. It's my choice to be here in that moment with that experience, with that moment. It's my way of helping myself awaken and understand the magic, the truth in life. That there ain't no tragedy here unless you're the one creating it. Ain't no trauma either, unless you're the one carrying it. Which we all do. God bless us. We're a bunch of mucky fucks if I ever seen them, man. I'm telling you, we are so messed up. But so poetically perfect in all of it. This is the irony of the serious truth, which is so laughable. You know? Only when you're in it can you understand this. And this is why the beings from beyond just don't fucking get it. And they, well, I can't say never will. Of course they will at some point. Because they're going to have to go through it too. We're just preparing the way for them and making it a whole lot easier than it ought to be. Pardon me if I stumble over my words. I do this sometimes. I get enthused and way ahead of myself, and the words don't keep up with my mind and my thought, my flow. So I have to slow down and re-interject myself into the Earth's reality, which I'm going to do right now. Earth, I love you, baby. You rock and roll. And baby, you bless my soul, and I thank you so much for it. You know, goddess energy is life itself. It all comes from the big womb in the sky, so to speak. And here's to her that carries it. Because she's a wonderful soul and a beautiful presence. And the best there ever was. Now I'm looking at a photographic depiction of our friend Janis Joplin as I'm saying this. And right above me is the image of our blessed Marilyn Monroe. So, you know, forgive me if I diverge for a moment, but I got to pay homage to the proper gods and goddesses, you know. She's in each and every one of us. We've been taught, we've been thinking and thought and taught an authoritarian God, one who rules with an iron fist. It's what causes all the guilt and miscreation here, is because we all feel some form of guilt in some way, and we hide it away from ourselves. You know, we don't always be speaking our truth. You know, there's some things you just don't understand, so you put it away. Well, the energy of that beginning is beginning to end. In other words, we're going to find the means to, we are not gonna, because gonna has gone by. We are finding the means to put that away. And that's what I'm decompressing from right now. And that's why I'm fucked up and happy as hell and hanging out here with my dog Angel, because nobody else understands me. Of course they do. But anyway, Angel is the one. No, Angel is the one. She is. She's my dog. You know, and it ain't a backwards God. Dog can teach you to keep it simple. You gotta listen to dog. Dog speaks to you with its energy. And it never fails to love you no matter what you do, or how you act, or how you misbehave. Dog's always right there with you. Dog is dog. But only you who have been bonded with such a creature can see and know what I'm talking about. The rest of you, get on board the love train now. And you can have a few cats around too, don't worry. Get you a dog that's mellow, that loves cats. They do exist, and there's lots of them. And they're sitting in shelters right now, and if you don't get your fucking ass out there and get one out of them, well, it's only because you got one or two or three yourself already, and you got no room for another one. The rest of you, open your hearts, babies, and get after it. Here's to dog. And Janis Joplin, and Marilyn Monroe, and all the rest of the feminine goddesses who have never let us down, and never will. Babies, you've been taught a lot of bullshit about yourselves, male and female. You know, you've been taught some real severe differences and some real harsh misunderstandings, and, you know, we've created this disappropriate world. I mean, really disappropriate world. Oh, God. You know? Where men in the raw element only want to use the woman to get something, and nobody ever defines what that something is. And where the women can be cold enough to manipulate the men through that energy to get whatever it is they thought they wanted. You know? It's a sick, sad, and sorry situation. But we've let ourselves get into it. So what do we do about it now? Get honest with ourselves. Get fucking stupid. Get drunk. Get stoned. And get real with your fucking self. It's time to let go of the trauma. You know, this is bullshit. We've all been hurt plenty of times before this. Well, what do we need? A few million more times to know that it hurts? Let it go. Give it up. Coyote. Yo, motherfucker. You see, what belongs to you belongs to me, and what belongs to all of us. We're not hiding away. We've done plenty of that in the past. We're not hiding away any longer. And there's not a one of us as human beings that can escape this. Illuminati, are you listening? Because I'm not bullshitting, man. What one goes one way goes the other way too, and it all comes together as if it were the past. And that, all of that past were perfect. You can't fuck it up this time. You can't mess it up. It's gone away. All that we've miscreated amongst ourselves. Every bit of it that has hurt in any way is coming to an end now. All of it. You can't hang on to your trauma any longer. It doesn't belong with you. It's done with you. You're done with it. It's over now. The solution's right inside, and we don't have to go anywhere to find it. Maybe get a little fucked up, that helps. Got to break down the barrier somehow. You know? You got to be truthful with yourself. And how else but when there are no barriers? And here's to none of those. I mean, not even a sense of propriety. Nothing. just raw, personal you. Getting to understand yourself for the first fucking time in how many lifetimes? 3 or 4 billion? I mean, shit. How many times we been there, guys and gals? Should be familiar with one another by now, but yet we ain't. And we gotta go pretend we're some mystical guru to get people to understand. And that's just total horse shit. I mean, it's bad grass and total fucking weeds. There ain't nothing there of value. It doesn't rock with the truth. Truth is, we do understand one another right here in this very moment, and every moment that we live. There's nothing going on here that couldn't be undone in a heartbeat were we be willing to let it go. I mean, honestly, it's true. We like the drama, we like the heartache, we like the pain. It makes us grow stronger. It feeds our need to experience harshness and decay and corruption. And babies, you may have to travel a few million miles just like I have until you start to find all this shit out. But it travels with you along the way, and you begin to experience it a bit at a time. It comes to you. It's a beautiful thing. And you know, I would encourage those of you in ivory towers, so to speak, right now, who really never got your hands wet in life, here's an easy way to introduce yourself to the methods of hard labor that, you know, those that have served under you have employed. You know? Get your ass down off that soft-ass leather chair and get into a bowstring and get behind the wheel of an 18-wheel diesel car and assume the responsibility not only for your freight, which you got to carry safely from one place to another and deliver intact, not only for your vehicle, which you have to keep intact, but for your fellow human beings, yourself included. There's massive death in your hands right now. You've taken the wheel of an 18-wheeler. You got an automatic transmission. You don't have to fucking shift. You don't have to be a gear jammer. But you got to understand the mechanics of up and down and round and round. And you got to be able to get from point A to point B safely and alive with your freight intact, and deal with all the problems in between, and make sure not only do you get there safely, but on time, and you live this vehicle, you love this vehicle, this truck that you're driving. And you come to know it like the backhand of yourself. And you and she may get along, you may not, but you get to know one another really well. And you serve together in a responsible, hopefully, capacity, where you don't hurt anybody, and you get freight from point A to point B without injuring a soul. Pretty simple, really, but it takes a lot of doing. So get off your ass and hit the gas, will you?